and she still wonders how I managed to pass matric and secondary. The problem is, now the next point that he insisted on was technical training. Today, when our students of IIT can beat anyone in the world hollow, remember, he is the one who got the master plan for Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and set up 5 IITs. Actually, they were not all set up during his lifetime, but he set the cradle. And today, MIT says, ये IIT खड़गपुर हमसे बहुत आगे. See, that is what we call material gain. But I have a quarrel with the government of this account. इतने पैसे डालते, सब कुछ डालते, लेकिन the boys and girls, they run along. This is one thing. Because for every student of every IIT medical, remember, you might be paying a few lakhs nowadays. हमारे ज़माने में तो 12 रुपया, मैं तो 12 रुपया पास किया. So, whatever. So, you owe a duty to the nation. The nation, you have to repay the nation. Your only earning in dollars is not everything. I'm sorry. Parents also take pride कि मेरा मुन्ना ने अभी यहाँ काम कर रहे हैं. अरे मुन्ना तो बोलो ना कभी-कभी देश में भी आए हैं. So that is one thing, but anyway, the point we have is that technical education on a firm footing. The next one is his emphasis on higher education. On higher education, he set up the University Grants Commission, the University Education Commission. He said first man advantage. You see, much of it depends on the first batsman. Agar first batsman 0 out ho gaye, if the first batsman scores a century, then the baki team will pick up. So it's like that. Then he was in favor of vocational and adult education. ये बच्चे लोग तो they take 20 years to pass out. और जो बूढ़े हैं, इसके बारे में क्या है? So when I was in the districts, we used to have classes on social education. I don't know whether it's there. I'm talking of 40-50 साल पहले. So social education. Social education was one more word for teaching the old. और बहुत मजे की चीज. वो तू मुझे पढ़ाएगा? भागे कहाँ से? तो नहीं, तो आप बैठिए, आप तो बहुत सब कुछ जानते हैं. So we have lots of stories of how we got around. You know, I must tell you this story. When fertilizer came to India, I don't know whether you know, in 1965 we were importing food grains, and we were so short of food grains that it was shipped to mouth. PL480, the American food grains. After that, we started the Green Revolution program. And Green Revolution and old people, this is the story I have, they refused to let fertilizer be put in their feed. नहीं बाबा, ये नहीं इस्तेमाल करें, ये जहर है. अरे भैया ये जहर नहीं है, मुफ्त पे दे रहा है. नहीं मुफ्त पे दे रहा है तो और भी जहर है. तो some of us would assign people who go to a corner of a field, एक कहीं कोने में जाके रात को वो फर्टिलाइजर डाल देते. When the फसल came up, we showed that this is higher. फिर बूढ़े लोग बैठ के बोला higher. नहीं, वो तुम्हारा जहर की वजह से. वहाँ एक घोड़ा दफन किया गया. एक घोड़ा मर गया क्या? घोड़ा को वहाँ दफन किया, इसलिए घोड़े की वजह से. So all sorts of things we have to go up. I mean, that early stage of administration is very interesting. To make them reasonable was very difficult. But anyway, we have survived. The next point was his stress on laboratories and research. Remember, Maulana Azad, we call him as education minister. That's not complete. He was minister for education. He was minister for science and technology. Also minister for culture. As culture secretary, I have seen his orders. He was there in free charge. So this Council for Scientific Research, CSIR, DSIR, these were all set up in this period. But again I have a quarrel. मैं सब प्रेज नहीं करता हूँ, मेरे इसके बारे में है. The model that he chose was what we call the Soviet model. Now Soviet model में क्या है? The national laboratories are separate. National Physical Laboratory, National Chemical Laboratory, वगैरह, they are all separate. And universities are separate. Whereas on the Western model, research is done in the university. The laboratory is assigned to a university. So there is cross transfer of brains between teaching and research. हमारे यहाँ क्या होते हैं? I have been in science. No, everybody wants to become Einstein by 25. So they come into the national laboratories, central laboratories. 25, 30, 35, 40 के आसपास पहुँच के सोचते हैं हमसे तो आइंस्टाइन नहीं बनेगा. चल यार, ये गाना है ऑफिस चलो. So the frustration comes in. And those who teach, how many teachers are here? हाथ उठाइए, कोई नहीं. Those who teach know how fed up they become of teaching. ये घोड़े को गहरे गधे को घोड़े कैसा बनाया? So the transfer of things between laboratory and teaching must continue. And that was an initial mistake, but I don't put it on Maulana Azad, I put it on somebody else for Patil. It was his model of thinking. And last was his emphasis on culture. That without values, without culture, what is that? क्या बनोगे? You will become weapons of Western capitalism. That's all. You have to have respect for your own culture. And he set up the 3 national academies. Sahitya Academy, Sangeet Natak Academy, Lalit Kala Academy. I had the chance to know all of them very well. All these national institutions of culture were also during this period. And he supplemented them. He said that the two, both education and culture must go side by side. Because culture is usually taken as a faltu subject, not anti-gay, but so that is the way things are looked at. But he said without culture, a civilization is half dead. जो अपने संस्कृति से जो अपने विरासत से प्यार नहीं करते, वो क्या है? इंसान है, मशीन है. So these are the 9 principles on which he carried on. Today when I look back, we think of the pioneering work done by him. But what I have not told you is the degree of opposition he received. Let me tell you the difference between the two of them. When Pandit Nehru and Maulana Azad were both together, one as Prime Minister, the other as a scholarly education and culture minister, there was one thing common in both of them. आप जानते क्या? So I have seen that picture when they stand at the crossing of Rajpath and Janpath, Kingsway and Queensway. And वहीं खड़े होके the visionaries said, in this corner we shall build the National Museum. In this corner we shall build the National Archives. Maharashtra. Isn't it? Or what is it called? In this corner we shall have the Center for the Arts. And the other corner we shall have the Center for Artistic. 3 of them came up. It took 50 years for us to build those 3 institutions. National Museum, Indira Gandhi Center for Art, National Archive. It is taking 2 years for one demon to destroy them all. In the name of Central Vista, he is going to destroy them all. Because, again I come back, his education, whatever it is, I don't know where he passed out from, आज तक तो certificate नहीं देखा है. Where he passed out from was incomplete to the extent that he doesn't understand culture. I can say that. He doesn't, if he understood culture, he would never touch on the National Museum. he would never touch the National Archives. ये हमारे, these are our honors. But there today, we are at the stage when Aga Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and he started his own journey of Tughlaqiri. So, the last point is that unless you have respect for culture, all the education, all the technology doesn't matter. You have to love your own culture and understand it. Maulana Sahab has tried his best, and he was a very patient man. शिकायत नहीं करते, वो हल्की बात से पता चलता कि what he was trying to say. In 58, a few weeks before his death, all he said was, "Kash, agar ye log mere paas maan." That's all. That means his cabinet colleagues were not siding with him. They wanted quick returns, quick returns, quick returns. Education is like a podha. It takes a long time to grow. You cannot have quick returns. We cannot have quick returns. This is not a lottery. But anyway, he was very patient, and this is the reason why Pandit Nehru chose him. So with these words, I pay my salutation to Professor Maulana Raj ji and wish you all the best.